What is up, everyone? I'm Graham John Cola. Welcome to Vibin with G, where I interview interesting people. And here we have one of Toronto's most recognized TV and radio personalities, Amber Payie.
No!
Hello, Amber.
So you're going to fix this, but I'm upside down.
Yeah.
So nobody will recognize me now.
No. So to start things off, what got you into radio?
I was always a performer. So I was a child actor, and I decided after a very disappointing stint in university where I studied health sciences and I majored in dance, I decided, I don't think that's the right path for me. I took a couple of years off and thought, well, what would I really like to do? Yes, radio was one of those things I wanted to do. So I went into a radio broadcasting field. I went to university. I went to college. I went to Humber College for radio broadcasting, and it just kind of went from there. It just led me down the path that I ended up on, and I got very, very lucky.
Oh, lucky. I like that.
I got lucky. But I did have talent. That's what they say. They say nowadays, don't say you're lucky, say you worked for it. And I did work for it. I worked hard.
Yeah. I totally understand. What notable people have you worked with over the years?
So I was lucky that I got to work with legends. So when I first started in radio, I was able to do my internship at 680 News while working on weekends at 1050 Chum. So I sort of had the best of both worlds. And I was writing news copy for Dick Smythe, the legendary Dick Smythe, and David Craig and Marlene Oliver at 680 News and Evelyn Macco. And then on the weekends at Chum, I worked with all of the amazing folks at Chum and 1050 Chum at the time. My boss was C.G. O'Brien, who, if you didn't work hard, you weren't working there. And that was it. But of course, I worked with Roger Ashby and Marilyn Dennis and Rick Hodge and the fabulous news team of Jeff Howitt, Brian Henderson, at Paul Cross, Kim Geddes. I mean, I had a whole playground, and it wasn't just the people that were in front of the mic or behind the mic. They were behind the mic, a whole great, intelligent, amazing, long-standing staff at Chum Radio that just made it amazingly incredible to work at and to work for. And I was lucky.
Okay, so this is a non-broadcasting question, but aside from broadcasting, what other things are you good at?
Well, I'm a trained actor, and I have done some voiceover work. That's a really hard field to get into, but it's funny that you ask that, because I'm sort of now in the position where I'm not working at the moment. And people ask me here, because I've moved now to the States, and people will ask me, well, what are you going to do when you're allowed to work? Because I don't have my social security number yet, so I can't work. And I'm like, oh, really not good at anything. I'm middle-aged. I'm really not good at anything. And that's sort of, it plays in your mind. And I don't know if that ever goes away, but media was one thing I was great at. I assume that in general, naturally, I'm a people person. So it would have to be something that involves a lot of people. I would like to try to get back into acting again, even if it's just local community theater. That would be fun. I just need something. I always have to have something that's going to feed my soul, really. And it's hard when you are the type of person that likes to perform, that likes to be around people, to just sort of have a job that's just sort of, you go to, and then you come home, and then you get up and you just go to again. So I think for people that are like me and people in media, you really have to have a passion for something. And as long as I have passion for it, I'll be okay. I think I can do a mediocre job for a while, but I think that I'd have to either completely retire, or find something that I can at least enjoy somehow.
That's good. So I've heard you've done a lot of on-air stuff and a lot of camera stuff. Have you done anything behind the scenes?
Oh, yeah.
And when I mean camera, I mean like on camera, like, hi, it's me kind of thing.
hi, I'm Amber Payie.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, a lot of most of at the very beginning of my career, it was not on air. And I always wanted to be on air, but I was of the belief that I needed to earn my place, and I earned my place. I did lots of behind the scenes stuff. I started, of course, writing at 680 News. I also did promotions. I did promotions for a long time. I stood behind every booth in every kind of weather condition that you can imagine, overnights. I've done so many things. I ran it was called at the time the Chum City Christmas Wish, the charity. I ran that for 4 years. So I've done a lot of I did a stint in accounting. Nobody wants me doing any kind of accounting, but that was at Chum as well when I was wrapping up one of the years for the Chum City Christmas Wish, to sort of or counting out the money and all the donations, et cetera, et cetera. So no, there was loads of work I did behind the scenes. So radio sort of all encompassing, but I liked that because I got to work in different areas of the building. I even worked at one point for it was the Chum Satellite Network, and it's no longer in existence, but I did a lot of what we call the traffic department, which is commercials and all of that stuff. So I've kind of done a lot of different things behind the mic, as well as, well, I guess behind the mic and behind the mic and behind camera.
Yeah. I have one final question, and it's probably going to be a hard one, just to let you know.
Okay, let me brace myself. Ready.
If you didn't take anything related to television or radio, what would you have taken?
What would I've taken? You mean as a job?
Yeah.
I probably would have, again, other than the acting field in front of the camera, whatever, I probably would have been a choreographer or a dance teacher.
Ooh.
Yeah, or run some sort of dance. We do a lot of competitions, so dance competitions and that kind of thing. I probably would have done that because I still had a strong hold in a dance field. And I went to university for that. One of my best friends owns a dance studio. A lot of my friends actually own dance studios. So I probably would have been a choreographer, a dance teacher. I love teaching. Teaching would have been another one. I probably would have maybe thought about becoming a lawyer. So and again, to me, it's all in that sort of same field of, getting down to the heart of things and then performing it, if that makes any sense. Yep.
I'm searching you up on YouTube for your dance, but I don't see anything on YouTube.
Nope, you probably wouldn't have. I went to university for dance. I did teach for a little while. It wasn't really where I wanted to go at the time. I could probably do it now, but I found that when I returned to teaching dance, and I did that probably in, I want to say 2007, I returned to teaching, and I felt that I lost a lot of love for it. Not love for dance, you never lose that, but I wanted to take the classes, not teach the classes at that point, because for me, I just wanted to move. And when I'm thinking and creating and I'm teaching, I find that I lose some of the love of how I want to perform and be just in general. So no, I didn't really go that field. I mean, I could probably perform. I could do a time step for you, a tap dance time step. I could do a jazz hands. I mean, I could do a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, it was more, I loved to do it. And I stopped teaching because I found that I wanted to love it for me, just something for myself.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking the time to be part of my YouTube series, Amber.
This is short. I could talk forever.
Well, sometimes I usually have about short interviews, and some of them are long.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter how long it takes. I just like talking to people.
Well, I've enjoyed talking to you too.
Yeah.
How about you? What are you going to do next?